Good morning students, I welcome you all for today's class. Today we are going to start a new unit, Unit 2. Already we completed Unit 1 prose, poem, supplementary. So now today we are going to see the new unit, Unit 2. Unit 2 topic is When the Trees Walked, written by Ruskin Bond. So first I would like to tell you about the importance of trees. Why we should save trees. Already you have learned about trees in your lower classes. I'd like to tell you. So first point, trees are best friends of humans. So second, trees plays a very important role in our lives. Third, they give us fruits, flowers, gum, medicine, paper, firewood, etc. Trees absorb the carbon dioxide and releases what? Oxygen. Very good. Releases oxygen, which is very important for the survival. Trees are play field for kids, birds and some animals. So trees are natural home for many animals, birds and insects. So this is the gist of importance of trees, and now we are entering into the lesson. So before starting the lesson, we have to know about the author. So our author is Ruskin Bond. So we have to know some points about the author. See, Ruskin Bond is an award-winning Indian author of more than 500 books, short stories, essays and novels. Okay, he is an Indian author. And why he is called as award-winning Indian author? Because he was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. So he was called as award-winning Indian author. Indian author. You just keep it in mind. Indian author of more than 500 books. Okay, more than 500 books, short stories, essays and novels. And second point, he writes poetry especially for children. He likes to write the poem especially for children. So he writes poetry and books for children as well as adults. And here third point we have, he lives with his adopted family in Landour in Missouri, India. In India, Missouri, he's still living, he lives with his adopted family. He was awarded, already I said this, he was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. So he was called as award-winning Indian author. So the author introduction we have seen. Now we are entering into the lesson. First, I would like to tell you the short summary, short notes of this lesson. After that, line by line we can see in the book. Line by line explanation we can see in the book. First you listen, then you can take your book. Listen, I will tell you the short summary. So Ruskin Bond is Ruskin Bond, small boy is the Ruskin Bond, the author, and his grandfather. They are sitting on the veranda and they are talking about the trees. Why they are talking about the trees? Because grandfather worked many years in the Indian Forest Service, so he knows about trees. So after retirement, he built a bungalow in the outskirts of Dehradun. He planted many saplings there, but grandmother, she did not like to grow plants, but she liked to have a flower garden. During the rains, he and his grandfather and Arthur walked into the forest to plant many saplings there. And one day, Arthur and his grandfather found a rock island there, and grandfather planted some saplings there. And Ruskin Bond, the small boy, asked his grandfather why he had chosen that place, because that that place is rock. Usually we plant the forest and house, etc. Yes, but grandfather plant the saplings, especially that rock place. So he wanted, the Ruskin Bond wanted to know what is the reason, and he said, grandfather said that some trees can grow in that place, especially tamarind, laburnum and coral tree saplings. Tamarind, your mother can use while using some dishes, making some dishes, no? So that tamarind it can get from the tamarind tree. And laburnum, it is we can get some yellow color flower from the tree. And coral tree, we can get red color flower from the tree. So these are all the trees can grow in that rock place. During the Second World War, the author was sent away to the boarding school. Boarding school, that is the residential school. Hostel facilities are there, na? So he studied there in the hostel. After his studies got over, he returned back to the grandfather home, and he visited the old house, and he went to the island, and he noticed small trees, wild plants and grass sprung up under their protection. The trees they had planted, the grandfather and small boy had planted there, na? So that trees had multiplied through that grandfather dream come true. So this is the short summary of this lesson. Now we are going to see the line by line explanation in your book. So kindly take your book, we will see. So first take page number 110. So here the picture we have in the book. What are the children doing? Describe their activities. What the children are doing? Some children are playing, some are climbing on the branches, and some are reading on the branches. So the birds the squirrel we can see, the birds we can see, the bird nest we can see, and monkey are sitting on the branches. So we can see these things. And second question is would you like to be in their places? If so, what would you enjoy the most? This you have to write as your own. While you are sending the running notes, you can give this answer. So next, page number 111. See this picture. So in this picture, what are all the things you can see? First we can see that mango tree and grandfather and Ruskin Bond, the author, sitting on the veranda, and we can see the bungalow and butterflies we can see and flowers. So see the pictures. So mango tree, bungalow, author, grandpa, plants, butterflies, we can see everything in this picture. Yes, now we are entering into the lesson. Already I said the short summary. So now line by line explanation deeply we are going to see now. Page number 112. One morning while I was sitting beside grandfather on the veranda steps, I noticed the tendril of a creeping vine trailing nearby. As we sat there in the soft sunshine of a North Indian winter, I saw the tendril moving slowly towards grandfather. 20 minutes later, it had crossed the step and was touching his feet. One morning while I was sitting, who was sitting? Who was sitting? The author was sitting. So, here I refers as the author. One morning the author was sitting beside grandfather on the veranda step. The author noticed the tendril. So, tendril, a climbing plant, a creeper, we know, na? So it is called as tendril, climbing plant. So tendril of a creeping vine trailing nearby. as we sat there in the soft sunshine, that is during the winter time. So they are talking, they are sitting on the veranda and talking. I saw the tendril moving slowly towards grandfather, and 20 minutes later it had crossed the step and was touching his feet. There is probably a scientific explanation for the plant's behavior, something to do with light and warmth perhaps. There is probably a scientific explanation is also there. That is that is in that light and warmth. But I like to think it moved across the steps simply because it wanted to be near grandfather. I know that is the author said that the scientific explanation is there. That is in that light and warmth, that trees, that creepers, it comes, it shakes. But the author liked to think that it moved across the steps simply because it wanted to be near grandfather. So it came near to the grandfather's feet. One always felt like drawing close to him. Sometimes when I sat by myself beneath a tree, I would feel rather lonely, but as soon as grandfather joined me, sometimes the author sat alone on veranda, but he felt very alone there. And while he sat along with his grandfather, he felt very happy. The garden also became a happy place. Grandfather had served many years in the Indian Forest Service. He worked many years in the Indian Forest Service, and it was natural that he should know trees and like them. Okay, that is his job he worked in Indian Forest Service, so yeah, he know better about these trees. On his retirement, he built a bungalow on the outskirts of Dehradun, planting trees all around. For example, lime tree, mango tree, orange and guava. Also, medicine trees, eucalyptus, jacaranda and Persian lilacs. Jacaranda is the purple color flower. It's a medicine use. And Persian lilacs. Persian lilacs. So, very fragrant with long strands of flowers. So, in the fertile Doon Valley, so he has planted many lime, mango tree, orange tree, guava and some medicinal trees also like eucalyptus, jacaranda and Persian lilacs. So, next one, in the fertile, what is the meaning for the fertile? Able to produce a lot of plants. Fertile, able to produce a lot of plants or crops. So, meaning of fertile is able to produce a lot of plants or crops. So, in the fertile Doon Valley, plants and trees grew tall and strong. So, the first paragraph got over. The next, we will see the next paragraph. There were other trees in the compound before the house was built. So, there were other trees also, and other trees in the compound before the house was built, including an old people that had forced its way through the walls of an abandoned left without care. Abandoned. Left without care. Abundant. So, abundant outhouse, knocking the bricks down with its vigorous growth. Vigorous, healthy and strong. Healthy and strong. So it's a very old people tree, and that had forced its way through the wall of an abandoned outhouse and knocking the bricks down with its vigorous growth. People trees are great show-offs. Even when there is no breeze, their broad-chested, slim-waisted leaves will spin like tops, determined to attract your attention and invite you into the shade. We know about the peepal tree, yes? So grandmother had wanted the peepal tree cut down. She wanted to cut down the peepal tree. Why? Because it knocked the brick down with its vigorous growth. So she wants to cut down the peepal tree. But grandfather had said, let it be. We can always build another house. Why you are cutting down that peepal tree? It's an old peepal tree. Let it down. We can build the other house, the grandfather said to the grandmother. Grandmother did not mind trees. Grandmother, she did not like to grow trees, but she preferred growing flowers. But she preferred growing flowers and was constantly ordering catalogs and seeds. She has that list also, what are all the flowers she likes, and that list she has, and she wants that flowers itself. Grandfather helped her out with the gardening, not because he was crazy about flower gardens, but because he liked watching butterflies, and there is only one way to attract butterflies, he said, and that is to grow flowers for them. Grandfather also helped her to the grandmother. And next, so I hope that this section got over, you understand this. And now the discuss and answer, it is there at the bottom, we will see that. When did the garden become a happy place for the author? When did the garden become a happy place? When his grandfather joined him, is correct. So when his grandfather joined him, the garden became a happy place became a happy place. The garden became a happy place for the author. When his grandfather joined him. So next question we'll see. What are the two reasons the author gives for the plants moving towards grandfather? What are the two reasons? First reason is light and warmth. Second reason is they liked to be near grandpa. So third one, why why does the writer think that the peepal tree is a great show off? When there is no breeze, when there is no breeze, their road chested slim waisted, leaf will spin like tops, determined to attract your attention, and invite you into the shade. Kindly copy down this answer in your book. So, next we have section 2. Page number 113, see the picture. So they found that. So here see the picture. They found the rocky island, and they started planting some plants there, saplings there. So grandfather and small boy started planting some saplings there on the rocky island. See the picture here. And section 2. Read this section silently, underline the most important events of the story, discuss what you have underlined with your partner. Did you underline the same sentence? Discuss in class. The heading is there. And grandfather wasn't content with growing trees in our compound. During the rains, he would walk into the jungle. Jungle is forest. During the rain, he would walk into the jungle beyond the river bed armed with cuttings and saplings which he would plant in the forest. So, grandfather, he likes to plant many saplings, he likes to grow some trees, that is the trees, flowers, everything. And especially that during the rain time, he walked to the forest and he plants some saplings there. But no one ever comes here. I had protested. The first time we did this, who is going to see them? And the author said that no one can come that side because that is island. So why the grandfather is planting the saplings there? Why he had chosen that place for planting the saplings? And I had protested. What is the meaning for the protested? Disagreed. Protested, disagreed. So next, C. We were not planting them simply to improve the view, replied grandfather. We are planting them for the forest and for the animals and birds who live here and need more food and shelter. See, we are not planting them simply here. That is, the grandfather said to that small boy, and they are planting for the animals, birds who live here and need more food and shelter. So already we said that trees are natural home for many animals, birds and insects. So next, of course, men need trees too, he added. So human also we need trees to keep the desert away, to attract rain, to prevent the bank of river from being washed away, for fruit and flower, leaf and seed, yes, for timber too. But men are cutting down trees without replacing them, and if we don't plant a few trees ourselves, a time will come when the world will be one great desert. Yes, but nowadays that many trees were cut by the human beings, and if they are not replacing that, one time the world will be a great desert. So next, page number 114. The thought of a world without trees became a sort of nightmare to me, and I helped grandfather in his tree planting with greater enthusiasm. And while we went about our work, he taught me a poem by George Morris. The thought of a world without trees became a sort of nightmare, a frightening dream. What is the meaning for the night dream? A frightening dream. It is a great desert. Without the trees, the world becomes a great desert. So, and I helped grandfather. The author helped grandfather in his tree planting with greater enthusiasm. And while we went about our work, he taught me, the grandfather taught the Ruskin Bond, the author, me a poem by George Morris. Woodman, spare the tree, touch not a single bough. In youth it sheltered me, and I will protect it now. So, woodman, spare that tree, touch not a single bough. In youth it sheltered me, and I will protect it now. So, if we cut it now, then the world it becomes a great desert. So the grandfather said to the Ruskin Bond to grow many plants. One day the trees will move again, said grandfather. They have been standing still for thousands of years, but there was a time when they could walk about like people. They along came an interfering busybody who cast a spell over them, rooting them to one place. But they are always trying to move. See how they reach out with their arms. And some of them, like the banyan tree with its traveling aerial roots, manage to get quite far. One day the trees will move again, said grandfather. They have been standing still for thousands of years, but there was a time when they could walk about like people. So they along came and interfering, stopping. So busybody who caused a spell over them, rooting them to one place. So but they are always trying to move. See how they reach out with their arms. And some of them, like the banyan tree with its traveling aerial roots, manage to get quite far. So I'll stop here. The continuation we'll see in the next video. Thank you.